Hello and welcome to another Thursday evening live stream with me, Ewan, and welcome to Ewan Smith Music. So tonight I thought I would do something really cool in advance of the the fact that it's going to be May the 4th soon, and I just thought, well, May the 4th be with you. It's going to be Star Wars Day, and which I missed last year because I wasn't on the ball, and this year I thought I need to do something that uses some Star Wars music and also some plugins I've been using as well. So behold a very quick example here, which I think you'll quite like, and I think that you're going to enjoy this because I've used Wordbuilder by East West and I've recreated the choirs, and it's not particularly brilliant, so together we're going to go through it and look at how it can be improved to make sure some of those sounds sound really realistic, and also how we can add the ensemble as well. So that's going to be a bit of today, and then I thought the last half of the live stream would involve me playing around with the Google Music Lab, which I thought would be quite cool as well. If you've not heard of Google Music Lab, then keep watching because you will be amazed that this very simple tool, this very simple website that works on any internet connected device on any browser, will get you making music quite simply but quite fun as well. So if you basically are a young person or a person who has never dabbled in music making before, or indeed you just want to have a go, then do keep watching because I've got some amazing things for you. So without further ado, let's have a quick look at the whole shebang. So basically, I've got here a good little rendition from episode 1, which is the Duel of the Fates. So it's a really good way of trying to recreate, which I think is one of the best amazing sections of music ever created by John Williams for a Star Wars film. I think it was released as a single when episode 1 was released, so which was a bit unheard of at the time as well. So let's have a listen, and we shall see as we go through some of the little nuances that we spoke some of these about last week's live stream, but this is important, that some of the nuances of Wordbuilder some people have really struggled with. So hopefully in doing this video today, I'll hopefully be able to iron out any kinks, and you should be able to get some good value of insight as well. So let's have a quick listen. By the way, I meant to say last week's video was so realistic for Carmina Burana that I was actually given a copyright claim by someone miraculously abroad, which I thought was really funny because obviously I just took a MIDI file and applied some sounds to it, but obviously those sounds, especially with the choir, sounded a bit too close to real life, so which is grand. So let's see if we can do the same this week then, shall we? So this is how it sounds. So I knew it would be too long before I was able to break the computer. So hope you got a good insight into them. We're going to have a look closely now. You might have noticed when I was working through there that some of the phrases were very, very close together. So you can see here, I've got an example of overlapping words. So when that happens, that means that when you are using Wordbuilder, it cuts out those syllables, and it basically means that it stops those words from happening. In other words, they cancel each other out. So that's always an issue there as well. And the other aspect to remember is if you see when there's two phrases like this that are very close together, it's always worth just bringing them back a bit because they will clash into each other as well. So if I was just to solo then we shall just sort of see how it sounds. So if I just go back to the beginning, but then just zip back to this section here. Now do you hear that I only fixed the female part but not the male part, so let's go into the male part now and let's see if we can do the same here as well. So we've got here an interesting anomaly. So if we open up the word builder, then we can go into check what was going on specifically with that section. So you'll see in Wordbuilder I've actually just copied and pasted the official lyrics for the Duel of the Fates, but I've split it up into different syllables because obviously with the way in which the choir sings it, it's very much similar to every single syllable has got its very own word, so it has to be split up like this. And it also helps to make tracking within the MIDI much easier as well. So in regards to this then, let's have a look at the phrase. If I just zip back a little bit on, so if I just go here and then just start this phrase again. Now do you hear I just went absolutely berserk then? So the same idea with the gents part, we need to just drag back this part here. And also, because of where it starts, so it's, I think, in this section here, so we just need to check that that sounds and plays okay. So it's going to go back to the beginning. So yeah, we'll zip forward, and then basically you've got the second line here, Kora Ratama, and I might wonder if it's this here, this red word here. I wonder if it's struggling to even comprehend what this is. So it might have to change some of the lettering here. So let's zip forward and see if that's the case. So on these two words, so is this one here? Seem to handle it okay. Seem to handle that okay as well. Very fine. We're okay. I mean, this is good a representation I think we're going to get, to be honest. Okay, so this one here, Sai Ad Ho, which is what I know it says. But I think what it's saying is it's actually merging loads of things together. So we're just going to go and check what's going on here within the music. And I'm wondering if it's because there's two parts together. I'm wondering if those two are cancelling each other out. So it might be the case that we have to maybe divisi these two voices up. But it shouldn't be the case because they're both playing at the same time. So they should just trigger the same sound. But I'm wondering if it's a case of quantizing them. So let's just quickly just do that. Let's just check that as well. So we'll just go back to the beginning, and it's really just a case of trial and error, as we said, and in the video that I released last week, it's a case of just looking through, do the MIDI events overlap each other, do the sounds sound as close as they are with editing within the actual Wordbuilder plugin, and do they also sort of have this situation where they're not quite lining up to play on the beat. So do check those out, those three things from last week. So let us continue and see how we go on. So I mean, that sounds okay to me, but obviously the next section is where we're going to be looking at. So before I forget though, please make sure that if you're just joining me on the live stream or if you're watching on the replay, comment below, say hello, and I will feature those comments on the screen. So it'll be really good to hear from you, and it'll be really good to get an idea of where you're watching from as well. So do make sure you drop those comments down below as well, and hopefully, if this is the right one, not quite. Where's the one I usually use? I think it's disappeared. But anyway, no worries. Having set this live stream up before with all the titles, I think I've maybe perhaps accidentally misplaced the title I was hoping to use. But I'll edit. I'll get that done. We can do that live as well as we go. So, so I wanted to basically comment below. I wanted to say where you are coming from, where you're watching from, and any comment that you are able to do. Then basically we can feature on the screen. So. Right, so comment below, and basically I'll answer any questions. Any questions? So if you wonder what I'm using, I'm basically using an app. The app is called Switcher Studio, and basically that allows me to live stream using mobile devices, and I'm using that to basically to live stream using all my mobile devices. So I'm using a phone, I'm using my computer, I'm using an iPad basically to get all that organized for you. So hopefully if you've got any questions to ask, then comment below, I'll answer any questions, and that is grand as well. So okay, so we're going to get back to it then. So in regards to this particular tune then, let's see the next section. So we've got a bit of a gap, so I'll just skip it forward. So here we go, this should be this. That's all sounding good as well. Let's try this anomalous line here. So it could be a case, I'm going to double check this, it could be Si ad ho. I'm wondering if the split lyrics are matching up to the actual events that are going on here, like do. So it should actually be 3, I think, but then there's 3 in this section, so I might totally be telling porcupines. So we're going to shorten these just to make sure, and I'm going to do the same in the female choir as well, just checking those. So really just checking through, and I can see this overlaps, so these 2 events are overlapping. So if I was to put the cursor at 44 and we just change between these 2, you can see that those events are here. But when we get to 61 here, we've got 2 events there, and then this overlaps here, so I'm not entirely sure. I'm just going to shorten this, and we're just going to go back to this section here. So just to reset the words, and then we jump in at the correct moment. Okay, so the same idea here, we're overlapping, so we need to just look how far they're overlapping as well. So we need to be able to fix these before they get too problematic, and I might have to do these individually, which I think I'm going to have to do. Can I just drag these from here? Awesome. Good. So comment, let me know where you're watching from, if you're watching live or on the replay. And so just to let you know that for Star Wars Day, May the 4th, basically having a look at a version of the Duel of the Fates, but using East-West Wordbuilder to recreate the choir that's going to perform, and basically perform realistically as the choir does in the original score as well. So it's a case of going through this, just checking through these parts, and I can see there's more. So let's do this very quickly. So we can whiz through here and then shorten that on all of them. Now what we could also do is, just to save a little bit of time, we should be able to then select both male and female parts. Okay. And I'm saying male and female in the traditional sense of these choirs. Obviously, you know, I think in the Star Wars universe there wouldn't be such a binary culture, but I'm just suggesting that because that's obviously what was used in the music. So just very quickly using feeding these back, so I might have to go and do this individually. So I'm able to just very quickly do this so that they don't overlap, and then hopefully that should help some of the pronunciation as well. So do talk amongst yourselves while you watch this. In the replay and the edit, I will obviously skip all this. We'll skip this all the way through so it doesn't become laborious and boring. But this is the idea. So when you're taking music that you have recorded in and you want to make it sound more realistic for the choir, then the aim of the game is really to make sure that you've got everything organized here. So this is an interesting one because you're not going to have a situation where they're going to get the words exact. So we have to make sure that every event has got its own event situation, if that makes sense. So if that says Rata-ma, then having overlapping events would not suit those Wordbuilder those Wordbuilder performances very well. So Still whizzing forward then. Are we okay? And we've got some more here. Let's have a quick look through. So I'm only doing this really quickly, but it gives you an idea of the fact that, you know, some parts are working, some parts are overlapping. We want to keep this as uniform as we possibly can, much like a choir would if they were performing. So the Wordbuilder plugin is quite old now, but it's certainly worth it, and it's certainly very popular. Lots of people are still using it, and I think that using it in this way should hopefully be quite good fun as well. So yeah. So let me know where you're watching from as well. I'm broadcasting to YouTube, and I'm also broadcasting to Facebook too. So it'll be really good to hear from whereabouts you are watching this on the replay. So you can hear then. And that's making that fairly, we want to make that a homophonic texture. So in other words, all the events are happening at the same time. There are no cross rhythms. Got a sneaky one in here. So again, these are all, because I mean, overlapping these events would cause you to lose, you know, issues. It can cause processor issues. You can lose the lyrics that you've written in. So the way you play and the way you imagine your choir to sing, it's always good to start with which lyrics you've got first, and then you can then make sure that you can make sure that any events are organized and not overloading the sonic palette, as it were. So I just have to do these together. So, I mean, in the actual music itself, it's not particularly staccato, but in the way that sometimes this Wordbuilder expects, we have to be able to put that in to be able to then get it working as the best way that we need to. So here we've got another example here. So it does sound really nice when you cluster these together. Yeah, I quite like that. You could easily you can go to town with this. So okay, so that should hopefully be us. I'm just going to check the beginning because I have sort of looked and cycled through very quickly, but there might be one that I may have missed. So we're just going to do that, and that only took me about 5 minutes to zip through the whole entire tune. So we're just going to make sure a couple that I've missed here. So we're just trying to give ourselves the best possible chance, the best possible way of allowing ourselves the chance to get the most realistic tone, sound, phrasing and more out of this choir, and that works out. Looks like it should be quite good. So I think that's us now. So really that now tells me that if there's any editing to be done, it will be done within the plugin itself. So let's have a listen to how it sounds now with just the choirs. So far so good. Let's skip it forward. That's sounding a lot better now as well. Let's see this anomalous phrase that we had here. Has it fixed it? Let's see. Well, that is pretty good. I am very, very pleased with that. So let's have a listen to how it sounds now in context with those fixes, and let's see if we can improve some of the phrasing of some of the words after that as well. So we'll unedit, we shall unmute the entire thing, and let's have a listen to how it sounds. Let's see if the computer can handle this as well, because there is a lot of information, but hopefully now we've removed some of these anomalies, then we should be able to get quite a good realistic recreation of it. And then the next bit is just looking at the orchestrations then. Let's see how we go. That is a shame. I thought I was going to get much further than that, but we'll carry on. So again, just because I've been doing quite a lot today with this computer, I had a live stream earlier on, which I did for someone else, which was fine, and then obviously I've just continued to carry on with this poor little machine's been pummeled hard today. So we'll carry on. And so it stops again. That's such a shame, and it would happen live as well, wouldn't it? But it's okay. So there's some really interesting things going on. It sounds much better, sounds much punchier in places. Oh, you don't want to see that. That's my thumbnail design. So yeah, it sounds much more punchier in places. So really it's a case of just really finding out what it is that's causing some of the volume dropouts now. So some of these lyrics that you heard, so if I just show you, I think it was around, was it this section here? Some of these volumes. Yeah, we've got to fix that timpani roll. Yeah, we need more percussion. Yes, some parts missing there, I think, but that's fine. It's a strong representation. I think where I was thinking of was here, actually. I think I started it too late. So I think it was this bit here with the volume dropouts where let's have a quick listen to that and see how we go. I'll get me back in the picture. Just around about there as well, isn't it? So there must be, and we're just going to check this. And I'm wondering, I mean, these two events happen at the same time, so this shouldn't be a problem, because when you play... So there shouldn't be an issue when, you know, sort of playing this on the keyboard. I think it's just some of the plosives sound stronger than others, so it might just be a case where we have to go in and see if we can fix some of those issues within the actual strength, so the actual sort of velocities within the plugin itself. So if we just go back here and then go back to this section as well, and if we open up the Wordbuilder, it's clearly too late in the evening, so oops. Open it, not switch it off. Thank you very much. So, would be good to mark this. So, let's have a quick look then. So down the side here, you've got the different. So with every word, for example, you've got the different parts of the different phonemes of that. The Votox is obviously the computer sort of translation of that too. I really wish I could make the window bigger, because that's one thing that I would really love, is just to have the ability to stretch this to get more real estate of the actual word builder stuff rather than this teeny tiny little window. And so I'm just going to skim through the words. Actually, you have to click through, you can't sort of cycle through, you can't use the cursor for, oh no, you can use the cursor. Awesome, let's do that. So let's just cycle through quickly, anything that jumps out. Now you can see, because these two here, ko, ra, because that's the two different combinations of sounds used, I mean, they could be changed. I don't really get the sense that there's that much of a problem with that, but there might be more of an issue with this one here, neo. Now I wonder if we shorten that, I don't really want to, maybe I should change it to neo, maybe, I don't know, but then it introduces some new variables. So we'll see, we shall see. We'll do the same up here as well. Neo, ha, ki, la, kora, rata. So we can do that. We'll maybe just change those, and that might just help those cutoffs and those volumes. So if, for example, if we were to go, in fact, I just put the chain link on, we'll go back into the gents. Something similar is going on here as well. So if I just try that, neo, and then same down here as well. Now I'm going to copy and paste these. So if you watch the replay of this, I'm going to copy and paste these into the comments below, and I would love for you to be able to use these in your own word builder versions. And I'm going to say this is, it doesn't work with there either, does it? Yud. I wonder if that would change it to yud as opposed to yud. Like if I could do a capital U. No. I'm going to say capital U just to get that more. I wonder if that's going to change it, but we'll see. We'll try both. Both parts have now got that in, so that should be fine. Okay, let's have one last listen. Let's see if the computer behaves itself, and we'll see how we go. I mean, it could be memory as well. We just have to see how that goes. Now if I just skip it forward, because I want to hear the next section. It's almost like there's a minuscule milliseconds worth of delay and it's cutting it out. And I'm wondering how interesting that would be if I was to select all here. I'll just get rid of the automation. I just select all. I don't really want to do too much because I don't want it to completely change the rhythms. In fact, let me just see what that just did rhythm wise. If there's anything I need to worry about. Nothing to write home about. No, it did. It totally I think this might be worth dividing into 2 different tracks, I'm wondering, because we've got everything's pretty good in terms of the edit, so I might just do that. Let's just try this. We'll do like a split, we'll do split tracks for both of these, and what we'll do is we'll then take the top half here and then we'll take away the bottom half. So I'll give you an idea. If we just take the probably these. So I described the sort of alto line as 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 down. Let's have a get rid of that, and then we'll go into the one below it, and then we'll take the upper line. Let's double check that we don't have that. So we need to. Yeah, that's all gone, isn't it, at the end? So we can get rid of that. Just check again. Oops. Why has it done that? Okay, so we'll delete that, and that should hopefully help. We'll do the same with the gents as well. And we'll just copy this. So yeah, basically dividing the choir into 2, that's what I'm hoping to do here. No, I need to leave that top line, so we just get rid of the top 2, I think, for the. No, we need to then, we'll leave the top and get rid of the bottom. See, I would want both there. I'm just wondering if I should have both. It's tricky, isn't it? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll just get rid of. Let's see how we do here on the top, and then the bottom, just removing the. Oops. Okay. Now it may not work, but I'm just going to see if it helps. Okay, so I wonder if I. No, it doesn't make a difference. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Okay. Yeah, it definitely sounds to me like there's some timing issues there, eh? That's definitely a timing issue there. So let me just see, it's probably knocked off the timing, so I'll just dip it back. No, I'd probably say to expand the second ones of these ever so slightly, just to give it more. They are quite short in the actual music though, so let me just see if I was to rewind it, and then let's check that again. How y'all doing? Now I'm wondering if this here should be over here. I think these two need to be the other way around. So so in other words, what you need to do is shorten this one. And then here we need to just, I'll just quickly copy these over. This could be totally wrong. Okay, let's go back to 59. Just go back here just for ease. And then here, I think it should be this. Okay. Get the click on because I can't remember how fast this goes. Cool, that sounds a little bit better. Let's see if this is going to be the one that works then. Yeah, I think I've mucked that up, haven't I? So let's have a look. We'll just undo all those and we'll just reset it back to how it was before. I think it's one of these I'm going to have to just look into, I think, out with the stream. And certainly if you are going to be watching this, do check out the channel because the final edit will have the final version in with all of the edits that you'll see here today. So I think it's important that we get a chance to see that. So what I'm going to do is very quickly before we zip off for tonight, and do let me know where you're watching from if you are. Look at that thumbnail, eh? How good is that? So we're going to have a look at the Chrome Experiments Chrome Music Lab. So this is basically by Google, and there's a chance to yeah, I mean I've really enjoyed playing around with this, but basically it's a chance just to let's get the piano back on. So I just put together something really quick earlier on. what's really cool about this is you can actually use your existing device. So you use a keyboard, for example, and you can then control the keys, and you can then key things in as well. You can change the instruments on the fly. I know this has been out for about a year or so, but it's such a good fun way for someone who's never played or tried making music before just to get into making music. So this is the Song Maker. There's loads of other ones as well. Not only can you create stuff, but you can save stuff. You can even export it as a WAV or as MIDI that you can then use in a DAW, in the digital audio workstation. You can also copy the link and then share that with other people as well, and it will just share what you've done. So instant hit maker there. So it's really nice. So I just did that. I just changed some of the instruments around, changed some of the instrumentation. So you can change the, if I just move my camera out of the way, actually, should be down in the bottom left hand side. You can change what drum kit you're using just by a click. So got an electric one. And then when you want to bring back in your keyboard, you can do. When you want to just start and stop, you just press the space bar and it stops as well. So a really nice sort of fun way of making music that uses very little, and it's any browser can do this from any device, mobile or computer or otherwise. Any internet connected device can do that. There's also lots of other cool stuff as well. So I was just having a little play around with this before. As I'll just save that and then I'll copy the link just so that I can come back to it anytime I want. And I just close it down and go back. You've got loads of other ones. Your song will not be saved. Well, I don't want to not save it. Hold on, let's see if I can save it quickly. I'll download the MIDI. Let's see if I do that. Download the MIDI, then I've got it, and I can repurpose that, and I will just click back out. Yes, I'm sure. That's fine. So you can share piano. Again, this is quite cool. So you can look at this and then press the keys of your keyboard. So it's a visual piano, and then what you can do is you can then scroll with the mouse and revisit what you've just done, which I thought was quite cool. And you can change the sound, so you can have strings, and then you can also change it to drum machine if you wanted. Oh, a bit loud for me. Ooh. Woodwind. So I mean, for an early keyboard, you know, you wouldn't even need to pay for any instrument. It's quite cool. Song Maker we just had a look at now. I wonder if it would just automatically paste in what I've just done from the link that I had before. Yeah, so it's remembered it. So as long as you've got the link, it will remember it as well, which is quite cool. Yes, I'm sure. So I've already... Rhythm, you just basically do rhythm grids, and then the little characters will play the drums. You've got different types of drums as well, which I thought was quite cool. One which I think older ones will like will be the oscillators. So the oscillator, what you do is you can click on it. I'm not sure how loud this is going to be, so... And then using your mouse, you can just drag it up and down. So you can use different ones. You got Sawtooth. What was that, Sooty? Oh, really? Yeah. So you can really go to town with that as well. You know, you got triangle wave. And those are represented in the pictures. So again, those are really handy. And of course, the little characters just give young people an idea, an introduction to oscillators in a really fun, creative way. There's so much on here as well, and it is free. It's Music Lab. Just search for Chrome Music Lab and you will find it as well. So without much further ado, I am going to sign off for tonight. Thank you very much for joining me. And as I say, if you have joined me live or on the replay, then thank you very much. And yeah, I just thought I would do some fun and insightful ways of making music using Wordbuilder and doing something for Star Wars Day on May the 4th. So I'll get this shipped up and edited, and we will do a proper video. And as ever, if you would like to subscribe to the channel. I've got lots of tutorials on Wordbuilder. I've got lots of tutorials on different sound libraries and things like that. I help you make your music masterpiece, and of course I've got lots of opportunities coming up as well. There'll be lots of content coming out soon as well. You'll see me covering a range of different things, so make sure you're a part of that and make sure you subscribe. And thank you very much for joining me, and thank you very much for supporting the channel, and I will see you very soon next Thursday.